Hello, you guys. How is everyone doing? Hello, you guys. How are you all doing? How's everybody doing? Tonight, how is everybody doing tonight? Hey, guys. You all doing okay? Y'all, it's really beginning to really get on my nerves. There is a female vlogger that steals my content out of my um and she's been doing it for a while, out of my members. She can't wait. And then she feeds off of my energy. She steals my shit and she feeds off of my energy and puts it out as if somebody has told her the information, or as if I think this is what's going to happen. You know damn well you got this up out of my motherfucking members. Y'all, I'm so, I think my tolerance has just got real, real low. I mean, this same person waits for me to put out information because she can't get the information I get. And then she'll turn around and use what I put out almost verbatim. Yeah, I'm so tired of it. It's just my tolerance is just low for the crap now. And I'm serious. I mean, it's just I it's just I can't hardly deal with it. You go on my motherfucking members and feed off of my energy and been doing it, and I'm sick of it. So the only thing I know to do is start calling names. You go in my shit to steal my shit to feed to your fucking describers, and it comes out of my members. That makes me mad as hell. And it's been going on for a while. I wish it was some kind of way that I could. I'm gonna reach out to YouTube and see, is there any like thing against like plagiarism. Hell, I ain't trying to keep nobody else channel up and going. You feeding off of my fucking information. That makes me mad. That makes me madder than a mother sucker. And she's gotten so brazen with it that she used she's beginning to use my exact same format. Is content infringement? I'm gonna look into that. Anyways, you guys, let's discuss the Young Dolph's case because these people. But you have to think about a lot of these people don't have issues with stealing because a lot of them steals. They steals. They just don't have issues with stealing. Um, let's see. The Black Barbie, Mr. Parker, Shan, Lil Mama, Grayface, Travis Scott, Jamal, Dirk, Joy Loves God, Diane, Paula, Doc 10. Did I say Lil Mama? Patricia. How is everybody doing tonight? Lord have mercy. I want to talk about because one thing was, first of all, if I went into somebody, if I had a page, if I was up under another name and somebody's members, it ain't no way in the world that I would be so garbage that I would go and regurgitate it on my page and put out and feed off of that person's energy to put the shit out on my page. I'll just be in there because I know the person, hey, I know this person credible. Okay. So if it's in my members, you put it out on your channel because you feeding off of my motherfucking energy. We're going to go back to my archives. I told you I put that out. You know you got that from me. You know you got it from me. Oh, I just be in their members trying to see what they talking about. Okay, I know this person, be knowing the truth. So I'm gonna just, for information purposes only, I ain't gonna be garbage enough to go and regurgitate what the person put out to their members that support their channel. No, that's not for me to put out, feed off of their energy and try to fix it a little bit and put it out on my channel. That's the lowest of the low. Anyways, y'all, let's I ain't gonna get caught up on that because I'm already not in the best mood. Okay, I'm not gonna, because if I sit and start thinking about that more, I'll get madder and madder and madder and madder and madder and madder and madder. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about the Young Dolph's case, you guys. I wanted to just talk about the Young Dolph's case. And when I think about the Young Dolph's case, it's been over 3 years now, right? It's been over 3 years. People still have a great interest, a great fascination with the Young Dolph's case. And as I've said before, they definitely have a great fascination with the case. I think because of all of the people that have been, accused of being involved in all of that, right? And then I also think that it's supposed to be like that. I think that it is supposed to be like that because um, I just think that even though what happened to Young Dolph was definitely, hey, it never should have happened. I really believe that God wants to make an example out of some things. Like, look at how we, straight drop made some bad decisions. Cornelius made some bad decisions. And I just think that this case is supposed to be this big because we've had so many young men messing their lives up for money, for fame, selling their souls. And we see how they just kind of flatlined, right? They flatlined, and um and like I said, I believe that the case is supposed to be as big as it is because there's always a lesson. Okay. There's always a lesson. What happened to him was just a bunch of mess, but there's always a lesson in the mess, right? And believe it or not, you have a lot of young guys that may be out in the street that want to get into the industry and all of that. They looking at this stuff, right? That's why even though when I get on here and I'm fussing and I'm cussing and all of that, it is because I definitely have a passion um, for the younger community. Like, and I see what's going on in our community, right? And so I always try to, even in my fussing and cussing and all of that, I always try to deliver a message that will stick out in their brains, right? You know, that'll stick with them, because sometimes you can say stuff, when I talk about how straight drop was used, how, you know, people that rock with you the long way. Hey, if you talented like that, they want to make money with you. You ain't got to go and commit no hits. They're just gonna sign you and they're gonna get money with you, right? People don't send folks out that they care about, that they call little bruh and all that, to go and put their lives in danger to do hits and things of that nature. They don't do that, right? So I always ask God to use me in some type of way, as it relates to when I'm talking about this Young Dolph's case. Hey, I feel like, I'm supposed to be talking about it. Because everything I do, it's not about garbage. You know what I mean? I don't make no money on here. It's more so about ministry, right? And I know a lot of people say, well, you always cussing and stuff, but hey, look, I'm emotional like that. I do this in real life. I don't get on here and fake. Hell, I get you piss me off, you're gonna get cussed out in real life. But the truth of the matter is, though, when I ain't on here, I don't have to cuss nobody out because I'm real quiet and reserved. Okay, I have to sit up and meditate and stuff and try to revive my energy, right? Because being on the internet is, I mean, there's a lot of energy vampires and stuff on here, right? And so I have to consistently be meditating and praying and stuff. I spend a lot of time by myself to try and revive myself, because when you piss me off and I cuss you out like you a damn dog, that takes a lot of my energy. I have to be revived, right? But I'm gonna get my message out. And the thing about it is, hey, I believe, because we think about, and I was thinking about that today, and I think I've said that before. We think about the Takeoff's case. Takeoff would probably, if you think about it, I think that the Migo, what they call the Migos or something, they were more international than I guess Young Doc would have been. I guess Takeoff would have been considered a more international star, because they definitely had crossed over and everything like that. But even unfortunately, when he lost his life, there have been other rappers. Nipsey lost his life. Nipsey was very well known, but it just has not hit like the Young Dolph situation. Could be, people could have made money off of Nipsey's situation. People made money off of. Now, I wasn't around when that Mo3 situation went on, and I hear that Mo3 case kind of almost hit the exact same as the Young Dolph's case. And I don't know if people probably was not allowing God to use them. They probably just looked at it as a quick money grab. But when people are interested, you get a lot of the masses of the people interested in something. You have a platform, you have a responsibility to try and put out the right message. Because if you have a platform and you're not putting out the right message, you're doing it strictly for views, you're doing it strictly for the sensationalism of it, you're doing it strictly for money, God gonna come like he did into the synagogue and start flipping over tables and shit. Because you have a responsibility to tell the truth. You know when you ain't telling the damn truth, okay? You have a responsibility to put out some type of message to help God's people, right? And so I think that's one of the reasons why, even when I think about, because I'm supposed to be on here and I've been doing, hey, get your ass down, hell. I'm supposed to be on here talking about missing children and stuff. That is definitely my passion. And even when I start looking at cases, and I've been doing some stuff, I'm always drawing back, because it ain't about the views. Because we've been on here and we done had fun with 20, 30 folks on here, right? It's not about the views, it's about the message, right? And I think this Young Dolph's case definitely has a message, right? I think even in his ascension to another dimension, because Young Dolph was a giver. Okay, I look at him as a he was somewhat of a prophet. When he ain't no prophet, go with a prophet. People get on my damn nerves. Okay, let me say he was a prophet, because God says that the prophet comes to liberate. And what was Young Dolph doing? He went and he learned the music industry. The music industry has a lot of shackles and chains on these talented people, God's children, right? We have a lot of devils within the music industry, okay? But what Young Dolph did was God allowed him to have the mind to figure it out, right? To figure it out. He stood alone. We see that. People were scared. Folks were so jealous of him, they barely even wanted to say rest in peace when the man died, right? That's envy, that's evil, right? He stood alone, right? But he carried the message out, even though carrying out the message and walking that thing out ultimately was the reason that his life was taken, right? So he could be looked at as a prophet. He helped to make Key Glock and them millionaires. He taught them the about the industry, about being independent, where they didn't have to sell their souls. So absolutely he could be looked at as a prophet. He came to liberate, and in the little time that he was in the industry, he liberated some young men from out of Memphis, right? And was going to liberate more, because they still getting money and making a lot of money, and they ain't tied up in all those contracts, right? So when we look at the Young Dolph's case, I think what we got to start doing is we got to start ascending with our minds and start looking at this thing as something bigger. I know we get caught up and all of that stuff is going to fall into place. Everybody, because it is bigger than what we think, all those people that was involved, they're going to get theirs. It's coming. They're going to get it. They know that it's coming, whether it comes now or whether it comes later. You got to get it back. I don't know anybody that could ever outsmart the creator, right? And the laws of the earth is whatever a man soweth, that's just what he is going to reap. You're going to reap what you sow, okay? So we don't have to worry about that. But what we need to do is Young Dolph's spirit still travels, okay? Because he has ascended to another dimension. I mean, if they wanted to stop him, they've given him more power, right? And so I think even as a result of what has happened, and it has captured the attention of all of these little young dudes that, they probably, because, I'm old enough to be their mothers. Okay, a lot of these little dudes that's in their 20s, but I bet you when they're in the bushes and they have aspirations of getting into the industry and they're in the bushes and they looking at me and God uses me to put a word out there, when they start thinking about doing something strange for some change, they get to thinking about the price is too high. It ain't worth it. I'm willing to bet you I put some information out there, even if they thought about doing it. The price is too high because they know they ain't going to get away with it. You ain't going to be no damn rapper anyways if you sitting up talking about being somebody's hitman, because your ass is going to be in jail or dead, right? So I think what we need to look at this shit. Get your ass. Get on. Okay. And so that's what we have to do. We got to start looking at the bigger picture. Okay. We gotta start looking at how when we had leaders, okay, who God had used to be on the front line to liberate, because what good is it to be a damn artist and you famous and your ass is broke? So then what happened is, God uses somebody like a Young Dolph, okay, who learns the recipe, who was not selfish, right? Who starts teaching it to the people that he take up under his wing. Can y'all imagine if he had been alive, how many more millionaires that he would have created? It would have been a whole lot of generational wealth circulating throughout the Memphis area, right? That's why I say that's the betrayal. You from the city and you do that to him. All of us are Memphians. That's a betrayal to a city that is impoverished and is in a state of emergency where the people in Memphis are hurting. I'm a damn Memphian. I know it. I came from out of the damn hoods of South Memphis, the straight up bottom. Okay? It's a betrayal. You take somebody, instead of looking at him, say, he had the nerve to be riding around in his cars, showing us up. Nigga, you couldn't rap. You can't rap. So what people did was, a lot of people allowed their jealousy, and it's real hurtful to me how people allow jealousy to consume them. What was he supposed to do? Get in a Pinto to ride when he was in Memphis? The man loved his hood. Listen, when you see a success come up at your hood, you ain't supposed to get jealous. You come back to say, look, I was here with y'all. I did it. You can do it too. So what you should have been doing with, look, Dolph, I can't rap. What can you do? Shit. Can you put me in something? Can you hook me up with a business consultant? Look, listen. I got a plan. Can you just guide me in the right direction? I can't rap, but I want to get into this business thing. But instead, folks sat around with snot running out their nose, slob running all down their chin, mad because he riding around in his $250,000 cars, talking about he trying to show us up. No, you showed your own ass up when you started smoking your own supply. Nobody told you to go get on crack. Okay? You should have sold it instead of smoking it. Okay, and you get mad at this man, right? So it reminds me of who Lucky. Who you talk about, Lucky? Who what, Lucky? It reminds me of what they did to Dr. King and what they did to some of our other leaders, right? What they did to some of our other leaders, okay? What they did to some of our other leaders was they took them out, right? They took them out, and they did it with the help of other Black people. Okay, they did it with the help of other Black people, right? It's a damn shame when God raises up a leader. I think about when my dad talked about Miss Crenshaw, when Dr. King would come to Memphis. And Miss Crenshaw is a jewel from Memphis. A lot of these Memphians don't even know they asses, they mamas and stuff was sitting in the dark every month because Black people didn't have the money to pay their light bill. And so what Miss Crenshaw did was she almost went destitute fighting Memphis Light Gas and Water. Okay, until Memphis Light Gas and Water started a program where you could pay some of your bill now. A lot of people still benefit from it now. You pay some of your bill now and some of your bill later. They had to give extensions. One Black woman that was a part of the civil rights movement from right out of Memphis fought by herself. When other Black people say, Miss Crenshaw, they ain't gonna do nothing for us. We ain't gonna fight them white mains that says they ain't gonna do nothing. One Black woman is the reason that Black people are not sitting in the dark every month. They're able to get extensions on their light bill. When Dr. King came to Memphis, Dr. King stayed at her house the majority of the time. And Miss Crenshaw, when I was a little girl, when my dad would be going over there on Van Street, because that's where Miss Crenshaw lived, and I would be with my dad for the summer, I used to hate when my dad pulled up at that lady house. I said, oh, Lord, my dad going over here to Miss Crenshaw. She lived right there on Van Street. He going over here. He get ready to be here all day, and they just be talking. They just be talking. I didn't know that she was preparing my dad for politics. She was his mentor. And so Miss Crenshaw used to always talk about when Miss Crenshaw got Dr. King here for the sanitation strike. And so to Memphis. And so Miss Crenshaw said Dr. King would be confiding in her how hurt he was. That man was young with a family. How hurt he was that he was standing on the front line with his life hanging in the balance. They was threatening to kill him. And he had people that was a part of the movement, Black people that was working to set him up because of their jealousy. Ain't nothing changed. That's the reason why I said we are our own worst enemy. We can't even keep a leader that God raises up that's liberating our people because we get jealous and help to get them taken out. Okay? We get them taken out. And that's why I always say there has to be repercussions. What happened to young Dolph, it's got to be some repercussions. We got to see this thing through. We can't just be taking folks out because at the core of it is jealousy. People that's putting money in the communities. A lot of these folks that help to take this boy out ain't going to give you 2 food stamps. They ain't going to give it to you. But you take out somebody that's giving? No, we can't have that. It's got to be some repercussions for taking out our leaders. And so it's really hurtful to me when I hear Black people sit up and say, well, you know, Dolph, the reason he dead. Why he the reason he dead? Because, you know, he should not have walked into that cookie shop. If that man want to go get him some damn cookies, he ought to be able to walk in a shop and get him some cookies. And he ought to be able to eat them until he can't eat them no more. Without somebody, as Coke figure says, without them bushwhackers jumping out of the bushes and whacking him. It's a damn shame how what we do as people. And that's the reasons why, even when I say, Lord, you know, I just, this right here, this is getting on my nerve, okay? Because, see, I know the end result is that there's going to be justice in totality. I ain't got to guess. I know it. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. I know it's going to be justice in totality. That ain't no wishful thinking, motherfucker. I know. That's why it don't change. You can't bully me into changing it. It ain't no wishful thinking. Them white folks said they gonna get justice and they gonna get it and they getting it. You think you gonna have the feds ain't on that case? I told you, but even Chief David said it the first day. When I started talking to people on that case, I already knew. When they was talking about murders for hire and crossing state lines and money and all of that. Listen, I told y'all. I hear everybody and their mama talk about the roots of a tree now. But when I first started coming, I said, y'all, because I always talk about the roots of the tree because my dad has always talked about the roots of the tree. I talk about draining the swamp because that's what the police and the feds say. Those are their words. I worked for them forever. So that's why I always say they're going to drain the swamp. Draining the swamp is as what they've always referred to in the Young Dolph's case. We got to drain the swamp. Draining the swamp is we getting to the money. We gonna get to the root of that. We gonna get to who putting out their money. That's been their target from day one, draining the swamp. Right? So I think people need to start we all have to start looking at this in another way. We cannot continuously allow our leaders and stuff to be just knocked down like that. We got a 36-year-old man because time for him stopped when they killed him. He 36 years old. Young Dolph, 36 years old, down there in his grave. He had all of that life left, all of that knowledge left to put into our community. And people are so evil, they don't look at the money circulating, they don't look at the bigger picture. Well, he wasn't gonna give me none of that money. See, the issue is folks want you to give them something, but they ain't got nothing to offer. You want some rap money? Do you know how to rap? No, but you could just give it to me. Yeah, our community needs some help. And so I know people they don't like me because I just have to give it to you raw because YouTube don't pay me nothing. So I love y'all though. I do. That's the type of heart I got to everybody. I love them. They go, why you tell folks you love them? Because that's how I was raised. I love you. I tell strangers I love you, but I'm gonna give it to you raw. I think that's the issue with our community. Everybody put a bottle in our mouth so that we can stay on that infamil. We keep them on the infamil. They ain't gonna ask for no steak. And if we don't ask for no steak and we stay on the infamil, we never get into the money. We just let them keep giving us infamil, right? I don't drink milk like that, okay? I want some steak. But we got to stop being our own worst nightmare. Hey, when we get to a point, when our people get sensitive enough to get to a point, and we can hear everybody say what they did to Young Dolph, it was so wrong. There was no excuses. Them dudes was wrong. They ain't had no business killing that man like that. They ain't had no business doing him like that. When everybody in our community could get to a point and not be thinking like the KKK because of jealousy, we can get to a point and all of us can come on one accord and say, any man that's taken out that was not a threat to your person, they wrong for that. Them dudes got to pay for that. We can't be having them just killing black men like that, other black men. And you know what gets me is when I hear people sit up and talk about the police. Well, the police had knocked down little Ray Ray. Police had beat up little Ray Ray. Okay, little Ray Ray was in handcuffs, so the police was wrong for beating up Ray Ray. So we hear people be in an outrage, as they should, if the police beat up Ray Ray and Ray Ray in handcuffs. He ain't no damn threat, as long if he ain't kicking them or nothing. Ray Ray ass ain't, they shouldn't be hitting Ray Ray. But then when it comes to black on black crime, which happens all day, every day, we take the stands. Well, I ain't no snitch. I ain't getting in that. That's just the streets. Don't even the street, sis. It's just the street, sis. Y'all, that's why nobody takes our community seriously. What you mean? A black man's life ain't got no business being taken. That's not a threat to your person. Rather, it's a police that do it or another black man. It's wrong, y'all. We can't just be taking out black men and black women or no human being if they're not a threat to your person. So why we all gonna get out there barefoot, bare feet, knocking out glasses and burning up stores and stuff all in your neighborhood? What the hell you doing? We's rioting, we's looting. Why are you looting? The police says had beat up little Rufus. Oh, okay. So we looting. We gonna burn up all the houses. Where you burning up the houses at? We burning up all the houses on Tate Street. Motherfucker, you live on Tate Street. That's an oxymoron. What is wrong with our people? You ain't even got no car. You burning up the black businesses on Tate Street. You ain't got no car to get to the damn grocery store. So now you done burn up all the houses on Tate Street. Nothing but black people live in them. You done burn up all the little corner stores, the black-owned little corner stores, in the name of we gonna show them that they can't be beating up little Rufus. So now you done burn up your neighborhood. You done tore up the houses in your neighborhood. You done set your own damn mama house on fire. Okay, that's how messed up we are. Unorganized and screwed up. And now you got to go out to the white community and put the money in their community and use a Uber because you ain't got no car, you ain't got no bike. Okay, and put the money in their community. But as soon as we seeing all these black men lose their lives, we need our black men. But I cuss them out because that's how we do it as black women, because we get sick of them. But we sure need them. We need them to be right and do right. We need black men to protect the women and the children. Who we got if they in the grave? If y'all gonna keep killing each other and then everybody else turning the blind eye, hell, you know damn well little Junebug ass is a menace to society, and you got kids and stuff living in these neighborhoods and stuff, and you sitting up talking about that street stuff. I ain't gonna tell on Junebug, and he terrorizing the neighborhood. But you'll go loot and burn up all the houses when you're talking about a white police officer beat up little Rufus. Okay? So y'all, this is why I say our mindsets have got to change. Young Dolph's death signifies so much more, right? Because I'm pretty deep. So anytime I take an interest I don't take interest in small things. His death represents so much more than a beef with Yo Gotti that turned into something that it never should have ever turned into. It signifies a young black man that came up from out of the streets of Castelia that was helping to make millionaires in Memphis. Memphis got so many damn talented young rappers that it's ridiculous. It's a pot of gold. But it's a darn shame when you start taking out somebody that's going to help you to reach your potential and help you to get the majority of your money and go right into the hands of Pharaoh. Because I'm going to tell you something. Money, my dad told me this, money, wealth and fame used to go hand in hand when it was majority Caucasians. When you saw them on TV, they was famous and they was wealthy. But then when more black people started getting into the industry, they found a way to make them famous and disassociate the wealth. Right? And so we didn't take the time, a lot of our people didn't take the time to learn about the business of it because they made sure that you didn't learn about the business of it. So when we have Master P's and babies and young Dolph's, okay? And I think Master P and Baby them were exceptionally good CEOs, right? But then when you have a young Dolph who has obtained the exact same knowledge, who has a bigger heart, because young Dolph felt like, hell, I made all this money. I can't spend all this money in one lifetime. Why not let the little bros teach them the game too? A lot of people want to spoon feed you. They might give you your money, but they don't want you to know everything that they know. He was teaching these boys everything that he knew. And you know how I know? Because they still eating and making money. Every time Key Glock have a concert, wherever he go, he gonna sell it out. He rocks the house, he sells it out, and he brings the other young men with him. So he didn't just teach them how to eat, he taught them how to fish. He gone, he has ascended to another dimension. And they still eating, they still fishing and eating because that's what he taught them. That's what you're supposed to do. Right? He didn't just get them they fish and they had to wait on him. They would have been screwed up. If they had to, because he gone now. If they had to just wait on him like so many other people want you to do, you gonna eat, but I'm gonna give you your plate. No, bro, I'm gonna teach you how to go and fish in my absence. When you get hungry, you're gonna go down there to that lake and you're gonna know how to fish and feed yourself and your family. We can't keep taking out leaders that's doing this. And it's like I said, it's hurtful to me as a Black woman when I hear it. Well, he should not have been lacking. Y'all a bunch of goddamn fools. That's the reason why I cuss you damn men out. Okay, I can do it. I'm a Black woman. Okay, I could cuss y'all out. Okay, I don't be letting nobody else do it though. But y'all a bunch of damn fools. Okay, because that man that was feeding people and teaching them how to fish, they should have known that you can't put your hands on that one. He creating generational wealth within our communities, right? He creating generational wealth within our community. And so that's why I keep saying we got to look at this thing as something bigger. I hope in the time that I've been on here, I hope that I've been able to put some nuggets out there, right? I don't get on here to that you never hear me talk about when these folks, when they talk about these little gangs and stuff. Yeah, Lucky, we need help. We need help. We got to change our mindset. You don't never hear me talking about any of these different these little cliques and stuff that that they say that is around Memphis. I never talk about it because my thing is I feel like these young men, they at odds enough. I don't need to be quiet. Be quiet. I don't want to have them more at odds with each other. But we got to look at this thing as something bigger. Of course, I want justice in totality. I want justice in totality for the man. There has to be some justice. There has to be some justice. And of course, it's a travesty of justice if it just ends with Straight Drop and Cornelius. Right? It's a travesty of justice. Anyways, y'all, I want to open up. I kind of want to open up the he said education is the key, and it's not even college. I'm saying the real talk we got from Gigi, how to treat each other. Absolutely. People don't know how to treat each other no more. They don't have respect for their own life. These people are not being taught to respect their own life. If you don't have any respect for your own life or the people around you, you're not going to have any respect for anybody else's life. And it's so unfortunate. I promise you, it is extremely hurtful to me. I'm a very sensitive person. It is. It's hurtful to me. To see what has happened to our people. Our community is in a state of emergency. And it makes no sense how we have more Black people that sell out Black people. We have more Black people that sell out Black people. I think about the politicians around the Memphis area, how they just brazenly sell out the Black community and there are no repercussions. You know what they say? Hey, listen, they'll get over it. By the time it's time to vote again, I'm in with the right people. I'm in with the pastors. The pastor's going to finesse them into voting for me again. And Black people, they forget, they get emotional. And then in 4 years, they would have forgot about it anyways. And unfortunately, it's true. We're not seeing things through. We're not holding people accountable. There's got to be some repercussion for selling out our communities, just like it is for selling out any other community, right? They have things in place to ensure that whoever they elect do not sell them out, and they quietly handles it, okay? That's why you don't see it. But our mindset is a lot differently than anybody else, because me as a Black woman, I would never want to sell out. If I was in politics, I would never want to sell out my community ever. I'd be trying to get to the resources to distribute them into my community, especially in the urban communities, right? Where our children are supposed to be the future. But instead, when we get warehouses and plants and stuff to come, these politicians take money up under the table. Well, these Black people, I'll never forget when I started learning about what they was doing to our people, just keeping them in modern day slavery. When people that are from around the Memphis area, I know they still remember Technicolor. Even back in like 1990, because I think I worked at Technicolor for 2 weeks. Okay. When it first opened, I ain't had no kids then. So I know that was in the 90s. And Technicolor, the Black politicians was messing us over then. Technicolor came in and was supposed to been paying $20 an hour, which was a lot of money back in the 90s. Black people could have lived good off of $20 an hour. It would have taken them out of poverty, really. Instead, they had Black politicians from around the Memphis area to sell out the future of our people, as they always do without a problem, a lot of them. And they allowed Technicolor to bring in a temporary service. And so what these businesses do is they'll say, well, we're going to come to Memphis, and then these politicians make an ass out of us by saying, well, look at me. Listen, we got this business to come to the city. But then what happens is they turn around and tell the politician, look, we don't want to pay all this insurance. We don't want to pay all this money. Listen, put a temporary service in, and hey, it could be your wife or somebody, your daughter or somebody to start a temporary service. That'll be your kickback like that. And you could put that temporary service in my company. Hey, we'll pay them $15 an hour or $13 an hour. We ain't got to pay them no insurance, but your daughter, hey, it could be your company. Your daughter get it in her name, and that's how we gonna do it, because hey, then we won't have to pay insurance. That's less money, and that's what they've been doing, selling out the future of our people. And so what hurts me is we can't come together and recognize what is going on and get it's just simple as voting them out. All you got to do is vote them out. All you got to do is identify the problem, and that comes from organization and unity. Oh, okay. They think they're gonna put a temporary service up in there, huh? We already know what you're doing. I tell you what, that company come and y'all put a temporary service up in there, you won't be reelected. And then if they do it anyways, we show them at the polls, but we don't go to the polls. We don't get into the politics. Normally, when they sell us out, they come and sit up in the communities, and they go over to the Subway, and they tell Subway, look here, Subway, can you donate about 200 subs? Listen, I'm going to take care of you. That's going to be good advertisement. The news going to be out there. We're going to let them know you donated the 200 subs, and we're going to go set up an Orange Mound and give them out and tell them to vote. We want you to register to vote. Remember my name, though. And then we forget about how they just sold us out in the last 4 years. That a good Black man, he gave me a damn ham sandwich. Your blood pressure already too high. Why you eating ham? Okay. Oh, that was the best cold cut sandwich I ever ate. He don't even get the turkey. They get the damn cold cut sandwich and give you a 6-inch sandwich and for your vote. And we forget all about everything that they did to us. And we go, that's a good black man, a man of God. Gave me a sandwich. And then we go vote for them. This is what they do to us, right? Because we always want something free. I know people don't want to hear what I got to say, but you ain't got no choice if you're going to be on here, because I'm going to tell it to you like it is. We got to, if I don't tell you I mean, y'all, we got to take some truth, and then we got to change our mindset. Okay? People screw us royally with all the power that we have. Memphis is a majority African American city. Memphis ought to be getting whatever they want, okay? Especially the black people. They vote in black politicians. And the black politicians, the school board in Memphis is a prime example of how people take money and tell the people that vote for them, kiss my ass. You done voted for me. Now you shouldn't have voted for me. And you voted for me, and I'm going to do what I want to do and kiss my ass. Okay? That's what they do. And I know I done got into a whole lot of different stuff, but it all comes back to with this Young Dolph situation. I'm gonna circle back around to Young Dolph, but it all boils down to we got to change our mindset. We got to change our mindset, right? It's not gonna get any better if we don't. We can't just keep turning the blind eye when we have people terrorizing our communities. You know, we sit up and we talk about, I'm scared to stay in my own house. Why are you scared to stay in your house? Because they over here killing. Lady, you know damn well your 3 sons is the one out there killing everybody. They terrorizing the whole damn Orange Mound. Okay. They terrorizing the Orange Mound, but it's the police's fault. Now it's your damn fault, because you raised them terrorists. Okay. See, people don't want to take responsibility for what goes on in their households, because I mean, we're the ones that's raising them. You raised them damn terrorists, and you know that they are terrorists. You know, when they standing out all night long, they selling drugs. You know, when they bring you all them diamond rings and necklaces and bracelets back into your house, that they broke up into somebody's house and robbed them. You already know it, but you turn the blind eye until somebody blow out one of their computer domes. They killed my boy. Well, you already knew what your boy was doing. You didn't try to stop him. You wanted to blame the police because the police couldn't stop him. When you knew what he was doing, you should have stopped him. That's why I say we have to change our mindsets. Okay? Okay? We have to change our mindsets, right? And so it ain't going to get no better until we decide to do better, right? That crabs in a bucket mentality has got to go. That crabs in a bucket mentality has to go. Content Kings. Is Content King still in here? Is he still in here? Content Kings, are you promoting another channel in my chat? I'm asking you. Are you promoting another channel in my chat? Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for sharing it. I appreciate that because I was like, okay, now I hope cause he seemed when he came in here, he seemed to be cool. I hope he ain't trying, because I've been having some people messing with me. I just had to make sure now. Rose Flippin says, hello mods and host Tamara, um what you are stating, it can be applied to every urban community across the nation. Absolutely. And that goes for every community, right? It goes for every community. We should not be taking anybody's life, whether they're white, black, Hispanic, or whatever. I'm with the whole movement. I've been watching. Okay, thank you, love. I appreciate that so much. I just have to ask because I be having so many people to mess with me. I just have to ask. I've said I ain't gonna go off. That's the reason why I asked you kindly, because I was looking at it. I was like, well, dog, he seemed cool when he came in here the other day. But I'm okay. Well, that's cool. But we're gonna have to do better. We cool, content kings. We cool. But we're gonna have to start doing better by each other. Right. We gotta start doing better. What they try to do is they try to bleak out. What they try to do is they try to bleak out. I appreciate that, content kings. They try to bleak out our community, like our history. That's why they never show. They never show like the Dorothy Dandridges and those classy women from back in the day, because they don't want our young women to have anybody to look at like from back, like that. They want for black women to be depicted in a certain way. They want us to be depicted in a certain way. And so that's why they don't promote love and stuff. And I'm gonna talk about this. I got to talk about this. They don't promote love. You don't hear love songs and stuff on the radio anymore. It's break a nigga, break him. I'm getting my money. I'm running my money up. I'm effing 7-8 niggas. This is what because they want for our young women, our precious young women, to be whores. Right? This is what they want people to see when they see black women. They promote that baby mama stuff. They don't want to promote the structure of the black family, marriage. They don't even promote marriage in the black community anymore. It's baby mama. Baby mama this, baby daddy this, but they don't promote family and structure and marriage. Right? And so that's why I say, y'all, and we don't even have leaders that promote that anymore, because they be trying to get all the coochie they can get. All you ever see is leaders. They get in trouble. It's from trying to buy prostitutes. They don't even promote it anymore. They go and they marry porn stars and stuff like that. And so that's what make our young women think, well, these hoes winning. This is what they promote in our community. You see the rock stars, they scream until they eyeliner on their damn eyes. They look like the devil. Their eyeliner be dripping, running all down their chin. But when they get off that stage, when you see them on TV, when you see them at the awards, they're going to say, this is my wife and my children. They got a damn family. They only promote division in the black community, okay? And it's a darn shame that we don't have leaders to stand up and say, no, we got to start back promoting the structure of the family. That's what we got to do, because the family unit is always stronger, okay? So they try to promote a lot of dysfunction. They try to make unfortunately they promote, well, black men have never been able to be with one woman. They asses can be with one woman. They can if they wanted to. It's a choice, right? So they do everything that they can to promote dysfunction in the family unit. Because when you get through and they get to talking about you have more than one wife, ain't no motherfucker I married gonna have more than one wife. And I'm gonna tell you that now, excuse my French, that motherfucker ain't gonna talk about no other woman. Period. I'm a damn woman. I know that that's dysfunctional. Okay? Can't no woman be in the house with another woman. I ain't doing it. Women are jealous hearted when it comes to that. I'm a damn woman. I'm telling you, emotionally, that's dysfunction. It ain't gonna happen. Okay? But they try to promote that because they want to do everything to try to keep dysfunction in the black community. They don't want the black man to get back up on his throne and lead his woman and his children. As long as they can work on these women and keep them to be whores and keep them dysfunction, keep them on drugs, keep them turning over, shaking their asses and stuff. They ain't even, a lot of them, unfortunately, ain't even fit to even raise their children. And their daughters looking at them. They ain't really fit to be no wives. That's the reason why you have women and men now at the drop of a dime killing each other. They ain't got no loyalty. Your wife and your husband, you become one. You supposed to always have each other back. But they ain't even got no loyalty to the person that they supposed to be one with. They ain't even got no loyalty to their children. I agree, Content Kings. I agree. And so I think it's sad how they're working on our community. Okay? Because hey, I love the family structure. I love the family unit. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm so obsessed with God bringing back the family structure. I be going on YouTube. I be on YouTube all the time, and I be pulling up like when they did like videos and stuff, when they did like documentaries on black families from the 50s and the 60s and the early 70s, right? You saw that there was a woman and a man and the children. At the time, the woman was the homemaker. The man got out and worked. But when you looked at that house, when she was a homemaker, don't mean you sit at home and look at the soap operas. She was doing something constantly. And if she needed to, she'd iron clothes for her husband from the rich white people to help bring extra money in. She didn't just sit at home and look at the TV. When her husband walked in, the dinner was getting ready to be served. The house was clean. She made sure that the kids did their homework. And if she needed to make extra money, she would iron clothes to help her husband, right? But you already knew that the man was the head of that household. The dictation was different. It wasn't no slang and no ebonics or anything like that. And these folks were poor black people, and their dictation of their words was different. Right? So that's how, when I listen to them and I see these black people in the 50s and 60s that was living in the projects, where they say people that live in the projects talk a certain way, that's a damn lie. What's going on now is learned behavior when they started promoting that ebonic stuff because they wanted us to look a certain way. They've been working on our community for a long time now. And we sit up and kill each other. We have a bigger issue. We have a bigger issue that needs to be undone, but we can't undo nothing because we constantly trying to be jealous and take out each other. Okay? So that's why I say this young Dolph situation represents something bigger. It represents something bigger. Yes, these dudes that did this to young Dolph, everybody that was involved in that little group, if they ain't had no conviction, one day they will. Because God says, when I get them back for what they do, you're going to see me get them back. They're going to have some conviction one day, because when it's all said and done, they ain't have no business killing that man. They was wrong for killing that man. It ain't nothing right about what they did to that guy. That man was walking into a cookie shop, getting ready to serve the Memphis community. Young Dolph was he didn't have to be out there, but he loved this city. His artist was gonna be out there serving. He wanted to show his face. That's when you go and you show your face and you fellowship with the people that help to make you rich. That's humility. And they killed that man like that. In the community that he was giving back to. And so I know people say, I was looking at them turkeys that Young Dolph was giving out. And I know people might say, well, he got them turkeys donated. I'm finna go ahead and tell you the truth. He didn't get them motherfucking turkeys donated, because those turkeys, the packages on those turkeys had PRE on it. Not only did he buy them, he had the packages. He had them specially packaged, and because in order to put PRE on those packages, he had to have that made. So they were specially packaged. That man spent money on that stuff. Okay. Did he make it a tax write-off? He probably did. He could have made anything, had anything, and made that a tax write-off. But you know what he did? Instead, he chose to give back. Okay? He chose to give back. And it ain't no way, no reason in the world that he should have been killed. And it's so disrespectful when you see other artists that this man showed nothing but love to, afraid to speak up and say, no, Yo Gotti in them was wrong. Man, no, that never should have happened. Instead, they said nothing. Everything, Content Kings, everything that Young Dolph was doing when he was alive, we see now that artists, the same people that wanted him dead, they've started mimicking it verbatim. Young Dolph gave $25,000 to the schools. He get $25,000 to the cancer centers and stuff like that. We see somebody else got their artists doing the exact same thing. Now, I don't talk about Glorilla because I actually want to see her do well. I understand that Glorilla has a machine behind her, so she just do what they tell her to do, right? But we see what's going on. Everything that man was doing, they couldn't stand to see him do it. They mimicking everything and that he was doing, regurgitating everything. Can you imagine if he had still been alive? He's still giving money. Yo Gotti get Glorilla, sign her. They got her giving out money. You know, some of the other artists giving out money. You have 20,000 to people that lost their jobs. Can you imagine how many people in Memphis that's showing love to a city that nurtured you and gave you love before anybody? Because when these artists get through, before anybody ever knew them on the outside of their cities, and I'm talking about an artist, any artist from any city, it was their city that supported them. You have to get the support in your city first to even get the money up. You can't go to another damn city and folks gonna come out to see you. They don't know your ass. You got to start getting a buzz in your city first. They come into them hole in the wall clubs supporting you. That's why I say with Memphis, especially South Memphis, North Memphis, all of those little areas, those urban areas, that's a betrayal to take out somebody that's giving back and putting back into the community. That's a betrayal to the impoverished communities. You just take out somebody that's giving back, and then you think God gonna let you go and hide out in your mansion and stick your chest out. I don't serve a creator like that. The creator I serve says you reap what you sow. Whatever a man soweth, that's just what he's going to reap. And I'm going to tell you, y'all, another one of my scriptures. When I see people doing evil stuff and they think that they've gotten away with it, I love that scripture that says, be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatever a man soweth, that's just what he's going to reap. Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. That's my favorite scripture. That's one of my favorite ones. Even when I start meditating, when I feel like people have done stuff to me and I want to get out of control, I meditate on that. Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. He sees it. He sees it all. He's not mocked. Right? You're going to reap what you sow. So it was not going to happen like that anyways. They just weren't going to be able to go and kill him and live happily ever after. If I never said a word about it, God wasn't going to let it happen. God wasn't going to let it happen. So, like I said, I think we got to start looking at this young Dolph's thing. And we got to start ascending with our thoughts. What's the bigger picture? We have so many young men that are talented, that want to be famous, that come from out of the hoods. They come from out of the gutter. They ain't got nothing. And so we have these people to go into the urban communities in the trenches, because that's where all the talent is. Why don't y'all do them right? They already ain't got nothing. If you impoverished, you going through hell anyways. They ain't got nothing. So if they got a talent, why don't you do them right? A lot of these dudes came from the same trenches. Why don't you do them right? Instead, you go get them because you know they ain't got nothing. They want to get a mama something. They want to get a daughters and their sons something. And you start dangling a contract in front of, a deal in front of their face. The only thing you got to do is go take this person out. They doomed to hell before they even start. You know, you got to be real evil when you come from out of the same neighborhoods as some of these talented dudes, and you send them out. They already living in hell when you're living in poverty, and you send them out to do something that's gonna get them killed or sent to jail. You a heartless ass motherfucker. The same people that help to put you on. Because when it's all said and done, these record labels ain't put you on. It's the people in your community that put you on when they support your music. Because I don't care what kind of machine you got behind you. If you're garbage, if the people in your community don't support you, you ain't going too far. It takes their resources and their money to help to put you on. So that's why I said we got to change our mindsets on a lot of this stuff. We do. We got to change our mindsets. I'm going to always speak the truth here. Y'all know how much YouTube pay me. I might make 300. I might make 300. I might make 4. And then I don't be on here as much. So, you know, it's gone all the way down. So I ain't got nothing to lose. Okay? I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to speak the truth. So, hey, maybe to make some of the people leave me alone. Now, all she make is 300 or 400. I had thought she was making some money. I could put my knife up. You know, folks on here be scared. People in our community be scared. They be counting somebody else's money. I was looking at a young man who had a wing shop on, I think it was on Lamar, and somebody ran up into the man's ring. They vandalized his wing shop. A black man starting a business, helping people, putting jobs in the community, and they vandalized the man business. They vandalized it because they jealous. He said, all right, now when I take my business out of Memphis and bring it down here to Mississippi, or take it to Mississippi or whatever, don't say nothing. But that's the problem within our community. That's the problem with. I'll never forget when I had first started working for the sheriff's office. There was this lady that had a real covetous spirit as it related to me. I always tried to think of ways to do things more innovative. And I remember when I started applying for other jobs, because I was like, oh, this job came up. I'm going to apply. I'm going to go be I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. Just very excited about continuously moving. This lady was old enough to be my mother. And I'll never forget, I was like, can you give me a recommendation? Can you give me a good recommendation? That lady looked at that job. She went to move your ass. She went and read the description on that job. I'll never forget. Lord knows it's the truth. If I'm lying, God, kill me dead right now. That lady looked at the job description on that job. And because she initially said, yeah, I'll write your recommendation. Yeah. And she went and read the job description. And then she looked at the salary. And I was looking at her as she read it. And she got down to the salary. She said, this job paid too much. I said, what did you say? This job started off paying too much. When I first started working, I wasn't making nothing. They want to start these people off paying this much. And don't y'all know she wouldn't give me no recommendation? This is the type of spirit. And she paid for it too. I'm telling you, she paid for it. Everybody that has ever did anything to me, all I got to do is sit back and wait. When I get quiet, you better get scared. Because God don't be long coming through. Okay? And that God get back ain't nothing nice. The lady paid for that. I was ambitious. I was young. And that lady read that job description and said, that job paid too much. And I believe she said it thinking out. She said it out loud. She was thinking it in her head. I don't even think she meant for me to say it. I hear it. She said, that job paid too much. This is the type of stuff that we deal with in our community. Jealousy. I went through hell. You gonna have to. I made no money. You gonna have to do the same thing I did. You suffer like me. No, I go through. That's how it has always been, to make it better for the people that come behind me. Hell, I don't want nobody going through hell just because I did. I'd be a damn fool. Okay. There's a lot of black people that get supervisory positions, and they forget that they used to be a lineman. Yeah, you supposed to change a little bit, but I mean, you ain't supposed to, micromanage. You need to do this. I'm the boss. You insubordinate to me. You this, you that. And then before you know it, you ain't over nobody because everybody done quit. They quit their job because they don't want to work. People don't quit jobs. People quit people. They quit your ass because you didn't know how to act. And a lot of these people gonna pay for when they get these supervisory positions and they forget where they came from. You don't know how to treat nobody because you power struck. You ain't used to a damn thing and probably ain't even qualified for the damn position. Because if you ain't got no people skills, you ain't qualified. Okay. But that's what we do though. You have these women that get these in these positions, and it's a power struggle. And they want to go and talk to these men in a kind of way. First of all, you have to understand, as men have, a man have, they got an ego anyways. You can't just be little boy, no man. If he don't want to do his job, then there are other ways to handle that. They want to mess with a young girl. They want to run the young women off. I'm telling you, they do it every day. She coming in here, she bow leg. Why she gotta walk like that? That girl was born like that. Her mama and her grandmama was bow leg with a long waistline. She just a brick house. But instead of being a blessing to the young lady that probably has the potential to go far, because see, God gonna pay you back if you don't do it right, because what you do ain't even about you anyways. That's what people don't understand. They make it about me, myself, and I. It ain't about you. It's about helping other people to advance. Yeah, they're gonna go past me. Everybody that you train ain't gonna stay up under you. It ain't even supposed to be like that. That's what these folks don't even understand. They're gonna surpass me. Yeah, they're gonna surpass you. Everybody ain't supposed to stay up under you. But if you treat them right, when it's time for you to advance, they might remember you if they're in the right position. They'll remember you. Because I'm going to tell you something. They're going to remember you, because if it's meant for them to advance, you can't stop it anyways. You ain't going to be able to stop it. But if you do it right, when it's time for you to advance, they'll remember you. They've surpassed you, and they in the right position to remember when you did them right. But if you do them wrong, they're going to be in that position anyway, and they're going to remember that too. That's the reason why a lot of your ass is stagnant, because you're too damn low down. People have other things going on outside of work. They have a home life. They don't come to work to be mistreated by their damn supervisor. So that's why I say our community got to have a different mindset. You supposed to train leaders up. People supposed to come behind you. Sit down. And you supposed to train them. And you supposed to train them so that they can go further than you. Okay? Okay? But that don't happen in our community, y'all. Like I said, we our own worst nightmare. Hold on, y'all. I think I ain't even put the number up. I think people call. Hold on, shit. I got so many damn phones. I can't. I don't be. Hold on, y'all. Oh Lord, what happened? Move. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what's going on. Get out the way. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Okay. Oh Lord. Vanessa get ready to go live, child. Her and FNG Sugar into it. Um, let's see how many likes we got, you guys. Let's see how many likes we got. Y'all, we need 20 more likes. Y'all get the likes up for me. I need 20 more likes. We got it. We got 20 more in us. We could do it. We could do it. We got 20 more likes in us. Hit the like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe for me. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and all of that good stuff. Okay. But I want for people to remember that when you are put into a leadership position, when God blesses you, and I'm not saying, you're supposed to be, let people run over you. No, just understand that God has put you there to be a blessing. And everybody that you train is not going to stay up under you, because sometimes you have to stay in a position because it's other people that God has assigned for you to help. And then once your assignment up, once people start to realize that we're on assignments in life, I think they'll understand a lot of things better. Okay. I think they'll start to understand a lot of things better. And then once you have completed your assignment and you've helped all those people that the Creator has put you there, some of you all call it higher power, the Creator, God has put you there to help. And you do what you're supposed to do. Because it's all about serving. That's how I was raised, right? Then you were seeing, I'm going to tell y'all something. I can't miss a blessing. Everything I decide that I want, God gives it to me. I can't miss because I know how to serve. I can't even keep money in my purse. I was surprised the other day. I found a 20, right? I was like, dog, I ain't seen no money in my purse forever. I got a 20. I don't even know where I get it from. Because every time I have money in my purse, I feel like, okay, I be down at the courthouse. I work at the federal court. I be over at the federal court all the time. I be over at the 201 all the time. You don't see nothing but homeless people. I feel like the change and the money in my purse is supposed to go to them. I had a bottle of water. I always had those, like a liter and a half of water. I go and buy and pay 90 cents for them at the big lots, right? I just get a lot of them. And so it was this lady, this homeless lady, sitting out on the step when I was going in court today at 201. I was walking in from the outside, and she was like, where you get that big bottle of water from? I had not even opened it yet. I said, well, I get them from, I was going to tell her from the big lots. And I started looking, I was like, well, she probably wouldn't even know. And I thought about it, and I was almost about to walk into the building. And I turned around and walked back to the step. I said, do you want some water? Do you want this water? She said, yeah, I want it. I said, here, you take it. When I walked, I went into court. When I left from out of court, leaving today, that lady was sitting on the step, and that lady had almost drank up all of that water. But people are so selfish. They don't take heed to, everything is not about them. When I have money and stuff in my purse, I have dollars and stuff. I don't use money like that. I've gotten used to not having money on me. I'm always just giving it out. Here you go. You got to go to the mission. I know they have to pay $6 to stay in the homeless shelter or something like that. Here go $5. Here go $3. And you might have what you need because that's what it's about. I know it's not a lot, and I'm not saying if you ain't got it, you can't do it. But what I'm saying is everything ain't about you. People make everything about them, and that's the reasons why they can't ascend, because they so selfish. I can't miss. And so people say that's braggadocious. Well, I guess I am bragging on God, because God don't play about me. When I put my mind to something and I say, this is what I want, I get it, I can't miss. Because I understand, and I always say, when it's my time, and let it be your will. And when I get it, I can't miss. When I was recommended to partner with the federal with at the at the federal work with the federal prosecutors, right? Somebody had recommended me. And it had been months. And I was like, well, you know, I was like, well, I guess, hey, I would love to be able to just work directly with them. And it had been months. And I'll never forget. When I let it go, I prayed about it and I let it go. And I said, God, if it be your will, this is what I want. But if it ain't your will, hey, I got another path. I never forget, I was sitting getting my nails done. And one of my cell phones rang and the number came up, federal government. And I said, God, I'll never forget before I answered, I said, God, it was your will. And the lady on the other end of the line said, are you still interested in partnering with us? I said, absolutely. I can't miss. I can't miss. I don't worry about nobody sabotaging me. I don't worry about none of that because I'm covered. I'm covered. When you do right, when they start shooting darts at you and arrows at you, it don't do nothing but backfire on them because I'm covered. That's why I treat people right. You see some people, they always talking about, well, this happened to me. That's because they always digging ditches. And when you always dig in ditches, you're going to stay in a graveyard and stuck in mud and dirt because you dig in ditches all the time. You bound to get stuck in that mud when you're down there digging them graves. I don't go to the graveyard. I don't dwell at the graveyard. Okay? I dwell on the top floor. I don't stay on the first floor. I don't dwell on the first floor. And I don't deal with people with first floor mentalities. I stay keeping the elevator to the top floor. Okay? And therefore, I can't miss. I can't miss. And I think that's what a lot of people need to understand. I don't deal with people that have first floor mentalities. When I say, I want to do such and such, girl, this and that, because people try to talk you out of stuff because they're jealous. Then when you start getting around people that's got something, they act different and they talk different and they think different. I can't have no first floor mentality chick around me whispering all in my ear when I'm trying to get some knowledge from somebody because I'm trying to go where they go. You ain't get ready to forfeit that for me. No, I don't need you with your first floor mentality around me. I can't deal with you. So I tell you what, I ain't got no issues with you. It's just time for me to ascend to another level. Okay? And this is where we depart. It's time for me to ascend. And so we're going to depart right here. I wish you the best. Okay? That's right. When you put good into the atmosphere, the universe creates a boomerang effect. And you receive tenfold. Absolutely. I love to. Listen, let me tell you something. You don't see me put it on YouTube or nothing. It be so many homeless people downtown. I remember I used to. Now that I'm downtown every day, I'm just able to, like, if I have bananas and stuff, I'm just able to give them. I'm supposed to be eating the bananas for my damn self. But I always take 2 bananas. Okay, I see a homeless person. I'll just give them a banana and I'll just keep a banana. You don't never know who you're entertaining, y'all. You never know who you're entertaining. But I used to love to, when I would be driving downtown and stuff, because that's where a lot of the homeless people are. They sleeping all in driveways and stuff like that, especially when it was cold. I used to love to go to the McDonald's when they had the coffee, and they had a coffee and stuff on sale for $1. And sometimes if you go into the McDonald's and you say, I'm trying to feed some homeless people, can y'all help me out? Because McDonald's throw out so much stuff. Can you donate something to me to be able to go give these homeless people something? I'll buy half. Can you give me half? Or can you donate? You talk to the manager. Can you give me some coffee? Like 20 coffees or something like that. And you go sit that coffee out there in the park. When them people sleeping, when it's dead, like the dead of winter cold. And you sit that coffee on the bench and say, y'all come over here, it's hot coffee over here. It don't hurt to do that, but people are just so selfish. It's all about me. You have folks want to steal the coffee. They got a pocket full of money, don't want to see a homeless person that's sleeping in cold weather with the coffee. And that's why a lot of these people can't win. Every time they turn around, they in a storm. Because they stay in the graveyard digging graves. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I ain't been buried yet. And it can't happen. You can't, there can't nobody bury you when you have a higher power carrying you. They can't touch me. They piss me off. But they can't touch me. And the thing that pisses me off is how these low energies tend to want to attack and attract to my light to try and dim it instead of going on with their life. Right? But anyway, y'all, I know y'all sick of me because I be getting on here preaching and stuff. We was talking about the Young Dolph's case, but it goes back to the Young Dolph's case, right? We can't just keep letting people take out our leaders, and we have to see this through. All those people that was involved with having Young Dolph taken out, we got to see this thing through. If y'all don't have my members, because folks stealing out of my members and going and regurgitating it on their pages anyways, that's just the lowest of the low. Y'all get a that's the lowest of the low when you go in somebody's members and put it on your channel and regurgitate, feed off of my energy and put it out in a different way on your motherfucking channel. That makes me madder than a motherfucker. I'm gonna go through and see who these folks are in my members. See it, because some of these, it makes me mad. That's just plain that's cutthroat to the core. Just garbage. But anyways, if y'all don't have a members, y'all go ahead and join the members, child, and listen to what I put out last night. Okay, listen to what I put out last night. And yeah. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here because I came in, I got on here with you all. I need to give my little puppies a bath. I didn't get a chance to take them to the groomer, so I gotta bathe them in their little tub. They've been stealing. You're right, Leo. They've been stealing my content for years, but it just does something to me on another level when somebody go into my members and get a membership and then steal my fucking content and then go on their channel and put it out in a slick way. Okay. Listen, if y'all want to support the channel, y'all can hit up. I did a preach tonight. If y'all want to support the channel, y'all can support it via Cash App, or y'all can support it via the Super Thanks. I just told y'all I don't make no money off of YouTube, so if y'all want to support the channel. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you for the Cash App. Oh my God. ZK is crazy. Anyways, you guys, I ain't even been on here with you 2 hours. Y'all been supportive though. You've been steady and staying on the whole time. I appreciate that a lot tonight. She said she want to see the puppies. I'm gonna show them to you. Thank you for the cash out. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know what to think about my subscribers. Thank you for the cash app. My subs are hilarious. Oh my God, have me so tickled. Listen, I be scared to look at the comments. I be scared to look at the cash with the comments in the cash app sometimes. Cause I if I stop and start reading the comments, y'all have me too tickled. I start reading these comments sometimes, and I start looking at some of these comments, and y'all so crazy. Y'all have me so tickled. It takes my mind off of my topic. I be forgetting what I'm talking about. Thank you all for the cash apps. Thank you for the cash apps. Thank you, Miss Paula. Mr. He says, "EK, it is what it is." anyways, anyways, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get off of here. I love you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate the support so much. Okay. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna look at how many all right. We got the number. We got the numbers up. Okay. I love you guys. Y'all have a good night. Okay. I love you all. Thanks for the support.